hate the homies.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's going down. Welcome back to another episode of I Hate the Homies podcast. Rock Teasies, who I beat.
Man, it's your boy Griff. It's episode 35, and I think of Christian Okoye from the Kansas City Chiefs and Grant Hill's daddy, who played for the Cowboys, Calvin Hill. How about that?
How you gonna forget doggone Kevin Durant, dog?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his hairline, and
that's what you wanted, Rock.
It's really what you wanted. I don't recognize somebody who don't take care of their hair, dog. You got way too. He can get a whole nother scalp, dog. I hate the homies.
And it's your boy Super Dave. But guess what?
We don't care. But I'll tell you what we do care about, them NFL playoffs, baby. Wild card recap. So we're going to get into the recap of the wild card round. We're going to also give you guys our predictions of the second round of the NFL playoffs. We're going to see how we doing with that. We got the Rolling Stones 200 greatest singers of all time. It's going to be fun right here because there's some people that should be on the list that's not even on that bad boy. I'm just saying.
And there's some people that's super duper low.
Yeah, man, come on, man. So Rolling Stones straight tripping on this bad boy, but we'll get into it. Then we got yay or nay. You know what I'm saying? Super Dave, you want to tap on a couple things we gonna get into on the yay or nay?
We got to get into the Monday was MLK's the holiday, right?
The statue. I know where you going with this, dog.
They unveiled a new statue.
Dog. This is all it is, though.
Man, how they gonna disrespect the statue, man? I mean,
next time, just put the whole head and stop trying. I'm gonna take the shoulder meat. Off. But then
we'll get into it.
I want to talk about that police officer who go to work via Amtrak.
Yeah, dog.
Damn, man.
All that.
She the nastiest police officer ever.
Man.
And nobody mad at her.
Come on, man.
Except her husband.
A real train. You got a train ran up on your back. No. Anyway.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. And we're going to touch on Scottie Pippen and Floyd Mayweather Jr., what they talking about. We're going to get into all that. So let's get ready. Ray Duggar, let's go.
I hate the homies.
All right, let's get into these NFL playoffs, the wild card round. You know what I'm saying? Let's start off with the game. Did any of us pick the Giants to beat Minnesota?
I picked the Giants.
Remember
I was talking about it's the running backs.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins to let you down. Or did I?
You call that one.
But I also was like, Justin Jefferson is the man and woo. So I don't know. We probably should bring in a fourth person to quote us.
Let's start with Saturday night. It was Saturday night. I don't know if everybody watched Saturday night. Let's start with how everything went down in Jacksonville.
Well, I went to sleep 17 times during that game. Woke up. Jacksonville was losing the whole time, and then the next day I found out that the Jaguars won. I do not know what happened, dog.
Trevor Lawrence had to have set some kind of historic record. How do you throw 4 interceptions and still win the doggone game?
3 to 1 person. So shout out to that defensive player, Samuel Jr., who daddy was playing in the NFL too.
Asante.
3 interceptions, dog.
Come on, man. Gee, 4 interceptions and you still come back. So what does that say about the Chargers?
Oh, everything. Everything.
See,
Go ahead, Dave.
This is the problem I have. I watched that entire game. I think it was one of y'all that sent a text going, I think it was Griff, that said Asante Samuel Jr. had 4 interceptions and Griff was like the game was over. I mean, this is the NFL. Ain't nothing over in the NFL. It's just not.
Because
the way the offenses get to really abuse the defense now, because you can't touch anybody. You can't touch the quarterback. You're always going to be in the game as long as you can make plays. But you throw 4 interceptions I thought for sure, because Jimmy Johnson used to say this when he was with the Cowboys. You turn the ball over 2 or 3 times, you deserve to lose.
You deserve to lose. I've been saying that my whole life. You get 3 turnovers, dog, you'll lose that game. Period.
But
That's what you get.
4 turnovers. And once they scored, it was 27 to nothing before the half. On that final drive, Jacksonville got into the end zone, made it 27-7. And I was sitting on the couch going, they're about to come back and win this game. That's the motivation they needed. And they gave Trevor Lawrence the confidence that he could possibly do it. I got to give Doug Peterson his credit, the head coach for Jacksonville, because at the end of the day, he didn't abandon the run. He didn't abandon the game plan.
He sure didn't.
Some guys would have panicked and said, we got to throw the ball 60-something times to get back in the game. He stayed within the game plan, which is run the ball and passing. But they had a game plan. When you look at the Chargers, they didn't. The Chargers didn't have a game plan.
And this reminds me of the Atlanta Falcon debacle back in the Super Bowl when Tom Brady came back and from 23 down and won the game. Listen, the Chargers went into safe mode. There's a such thing as called playing not to lose. And they went into safe mode to say, oh, we got a big enough lead. Let's just not make any unforceable errors, bad mistakes, and let's just play not to lose. They should have kept their foot on the pedal and kept going and kept playing. But they were like, they went into safe mode. And you can't do that, man. You got to play 4 quarters full steam.
Dog, first of all, I thought for sure the Chargers would win this game with Justin Herbert being as good as he is. But what was exposed immediately was that defense. That defense, you let them boys, like that defensive coordinators, defensive line coaches, there's a bunch of people getting fired, dog, because there was no way somebody in Vegas made some bread too. Because half the stadium was gone at the half, dog. It was so ugly, and nobody wants to be at home while your team gets destroyed. I thought they was about to eat a 50 burger, dog, with hella cheese, A1 sauce, the lettuce, everything, dog. And Jacksonville did something I never saw coming, but where you got to appreciate is that boy Trevor Lawrence. We knew he was Sunshine, dog. You know Sunshine.
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 The hair.
Sunshine shocked the world because it's only his second year in the league. He comes out, he throws 4 interceptions in the first half, man. This dude's confidence and self-esteem should have been in all basements in America. For some reason, he kept his head up. That's if he's not the picture of what you want an athlete to keep doing. You know what I'm saying? He never looked down. He kept smiling. He was just looking at his tablet, and he came back and he did something special, man. Now, while they weren't about that specialness and how awesome it was beating the Chargers, you got the Chiefs.
Grown man football.
I think the bad part is the head coach for the Chargers is Brandon Staley. And at the end of the day, they brought him in. He was a defensive coach. Yeah. A defensive coach.
I see where you're going with this.
And you give up the kind of points you did in the second half. He has to explain this.
Listen to the low self-esteem now.
Yeah, anytime you're up 27-7 at halftime and you've got 4 takeaways and you end up winning the takeaway margin 4-0, it's going to be a killer. I'm hurting for everybody in that locker room. It's a special group of guys, and this is the toughest way that you can lose, in the playoffs. And certainly with the way we started the game, that's the team that I know that we're capable of being. And in the second half, we just didn't finish the game. And, we're going to learn a lot from this. And, unfortunately, this is the tough side of things. Our season's over, but I love everybody in that locker room. And this was a step for us, and we're going to grow a lot from it.
He sounded like the general manager and the owner was 6 feet away from him. I love everybody in the locker room, but we don't love you, coach.
We don't.
I want to love him. I really do as a head coach. But after that kind of performance and what I've seen all year from the Chargers, because the Chargers got talent. They just don't have an identity, and that's the problem. You
That's
don't know when
That's
to run.
good, dog.
You don't know when to pass. But you brought Staley in as a former defensive guy, and he couldn't do anything on the defensive side. At some point, you got to say it's the head coach. His ass need to be gone. He needs to be fired. And I don't like doing that to guys out there because I know they got to make a living. But at the end of the day, you saw what happened on the field.
That was
These
ugly,
guys
dog.
were not playing for him, man.
Yeah, that was ugly, dog. And while you up there talking about all the love that you got for everybody like it was Valentine's Day, what about it's my fault? What about exactly like Rock T said, you know what? The coaches stopped coaching at the half. We had the biggest lead ever. We're all thinking there's no way we can lose this, and we lost because of that arrogance. It's an arrogance. Always remember, that's why we say, like on Saturdays, especially with college football, any Saturday anybody could win. But on Sunday too, these boys, just because Jacksonville ain't a team that everybody know, and you got people who know the county better than they know the players for the Jacksonville Jaguars, them boys is in the NFL.
It's still the NFL at the end of the day. It's the top players in the world in the sport of football playing in this league called the NFL, so anybody can get it any given day.
So does he need to be fired? Does he need to be fired? Yes or no?
How many years is this for Staley?
I think
with
it's
the Chargers.
I think he's been there since Herbert been there, so I'm gonna say third, maybe third strong. Yeah.
Well, look, I'm old school. I believe that coaches should, stick around for, as long as they can, unless they keep having back-to-back losing seasons over 5 or 6 years. But so he shouldn't be fired. I mean, give him another shot. You know what I'm saying? But today's coaching, you got 3 years, maybe. and
you got 3 years. What happened to Lovey in Houston? He almost had half a semester.
I said maybe.
If he was black, would he be gone? Yes or no?
Gone.
Okay,
they wouldn't even count
right now.
They wouldn't even count that he made it to the playoff.
Get him
he
out.
would be all the way fired, dog.
Well, speaking of black,
Get him out.
let's go to out there to San Fran where the Seattle Seahawks had a black quarterback, Geno Smith. We was all rooting for Geno, but we all knew he wasn't gonna have nothing for San Francisco, man. 49ers.
I was rooting for Geno in the regular season, not in the playoffs.
Listen, man, go ahead and put San Francisco in the Super Bowl now. And even as good as the Cowboys looked, go ahead and put 49ers in the Super Bowl right now, man.
You disrespectful with that little boy, with
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy, baby.
Let me tell you something. If you're a 49er fan, dog, and I'm not
either.
If you are a 49er fan, you gotta feel good about your third string quarterback who has come in and they annihilated the Seattle Seahawks. I had Seahawks fan hit me, you see what we about to do? And I was like, yeah, I'm a Geno fan too. I've been rooting for him, but I don't think y'all want this smoke, man. And that San Francisco defense was impressive.
Come on, dog.
Second half, that's when they became impressive.
That's when you need to be. That's how I feel.
I watched San Francisco. They're beatable. I think a lot of teams in the NFL are beatable, especially on the NFC side. A lot of teams can be beat. And I think when you look at the 49ers, they can't. Look what happened a few weeks ago when the Raiders gave them a game. You remember that? That's your team.
Yeah, I mean,
the Raiders put up 30-something points against that 49er defense. So they can be had. It was 17-16 at the half. That's a winnable game. But once Geno fumbled, you could see the life of the team leave. Like I just felt like Seattle wasn't pressuring that quarterback. He's a little boy. He don't even know these schemes good enough. So send the linebacker, send the cornerback.
Tell him that.
Like, where they at?
Go tell him that. I guarantee you, Brock is like, man, don't let the age fool you. You know who this 49ers team remind me of? It reminds me of the 92-93 Dallas Cowboys. Like watching them play.
Who was on that team?
Aikman, The triplets, Aikman, Irvin, and Emmitt Smith.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, and the way they play, they got a very balanced attack. Like it's almost perfect football. You know what I'm saying?
Christian McCaffrey with the other running back coming in, that's swapping out Christian. Yeah. The play action is so deadly because you gotta respect it, dog. And if you don't, you see what happened.
Come on, man.
They won 10 in a row.
Yeah,
they won 11 in a row now. They won 11 in a row. When you look at when Brock Purdy came in, his first game was against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in San Francisco, and that was his first win. He's won 6 in a row. 6. I would give them no props. He looked shaky in the first half. He could have been had in that first half.
I thought he was slanging that thing in the first half. I thought
but he missed some shots. It could have been some interceptions in that game too that went the other way in that first half. Second half, that's when he became man.
Seattle wasn't
now,
strong
Purdy is the second rookie to win his first playoff game since 2012. Who was the first one to win in 2012, y'all?
2012.
Hold on. That's 10 years ago. A rookie that was sweet 10 years ago. Oh, that's somebody that's right now that's sweet.
Oh, was it Derek Carr? Was it Derek Carr?
Nah, DC ain't get it. No. But it's somebody it's
somebody's husband. It's somebody's husband.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, Willie Wills. Sweet Willie Wilson.
Automatic, systematic, hypnotic, funky, fresh face.
What? Come on, dog. We should have known that one. But let's move over to the game of the weekend. Miami almost got Buffalo, y'all.
Dog. with an unknown quarterback.
Come on,
third string quarterback. Third string.
With an unknown quarterback. I got a homeboy who's on one of our affiliates in Orlando, Glenn Allgood, diehard Miami fan. Give him his props. That dude is, I don't even think I know a real Miami fan except him. So always shout him out. Miami looked strong until they didn't, dog. That's pretty much the bottom line. And like we said, spirit of DeMar, dog. The spirit of DeMar just took over, and Buffalo did what they were supposed to. But for a long time in that game, the crowd was like this.
Dog, like for real. For real.
Okay. Well, they give McDaniels his props, the head coach for the Miami Dolphins.
You got to.
He come in with a third string quarterback.
I like him. And
he put up a fight. Now, he doesn't look like a head coach. He looked like a professor.
Dog. He is the weirdest looking man. And then you look up and go, is that the head? He must be the head coach because they keep showing him, but he looked like he in charge of brooms.
You know who he remind me of? You know who he remind me of? Remember when Spoelstra first came in coaching the Miami Heat back in the day?
Yes.
That's what he remind me of.
He was he was the graphic guy.
Right.
That Miami Dolphin coach looks like he is in charge of recess, dog. You know the person you don't even respect. Hey, you be like, this ain't you a substitute.
It's a Miami thing. You had Spoelstra with the Heat. Now you got this guy.
So,
now
what you gonna do?
Let's say this. Buffalo, I know what you said about DeMar Hamlin and the effect of that. I think that's going to eventually run out. And they got lucky against New England. It did.
Wait a minute. Why you say that, dog?
Super Dave said that. That was Super Dave.
Super Dave, how the spirit of DeMar going to run out on the Buffalo?
I mean, he's alive and he's well. He was at the game, so we're moving on from that.
Dog,
that
ain't going to run out.
At the end of the day, it's going to run out. They got lucky against New England 2 weeks ago. They had 2 kickoff returns in that game. Take away those 2 kickoff returns, New England can win that game. And then this game last week against Miami, against a third-string quarterback. Quarterback.
At home.
They were 1 play away from being able to win that game. Miami was. And Josh Allen didn't look great. He has an arm. I'm going to give him props on his arm. But he had the 2 incredible turnovers you can't have, and then the fumble. You can't have that. You can't.
Let me tell you. Out of all that you just said, all that mumbo jumbo you just said, Buffalo still going to the Super Bowl.
So you got
We ain't
Buffalo,
played yet.
San Francisco, period.
Period.
Y'all making that call? Okay, here we go.
I've been
We
calling
ain't even on that part.
Listen, I called Buffalo from week 1. So that team hasn't changed.
You stick with it.
Absolutely.
You call.
If
You
I
also
tell you
pick
what-
Carson. You also pick Carson Wentz.
Yeah. I mean, like he was your first cousin, dog.
Don't twist the story up.
Mark my word.
Don't
By
twist
week 9.
Don't twist the story up.
Quote the sports genius.
Do it, Griff. Do it again.
I bet I know everything in my mind. Carson Wentz, bang.
Don't be changing it up. You know what I was talking about.
This is my question though. Can anyone else from the Miami Dolphins get concussed? It seemed like they whole team got a headache, dog. And very realistically, as the GM of the Miami Dolphins or the owner, do you say, you know what? Let's just put Tua out there and see what Tua has, and let's keep it real. Tua been brittle since he left Alabama, dog.
Absolutely.
And he is not healing like a young person is. He's not doing what Jalen Hurts, who was out for 4 or 5 weeks, and then he's not like, he's kind of getting worse, dog. And Tua.
If I'm the general manager of the Miami Dolphins, I'm urging Tua to retire. You know, not because of your skill level of playing on the field, because of your health concerns. Yeah, retire, take this money, and go enjoy the rest of your life. We'll put you on the broadcast. We'll bring you in as a quarterback assistant coach one day or something. But
he's too young to be so hurtable, dog.
Yeah, like, man. It's no, for real.
He's coming back next year. He wants to come back next year. He wants to play.
Yeah, so do Lamar Hamlin.
Okay.
Come on, man. Go retire to Miami should bring Tom Brady in and let Tua go ahead and just retire and live the rest of his life healthy.
We'll talk about Tom Brady when we get to Tom Brady.
Let's get to one more game.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati game was played on Sunday.
I was very impressed with the boy from Duke University. That quarterback for the Giants, he looked like a leader. You could tell it was contagious. And Minnesota is so fluky because you got and Dave said this several times this season. Which Minnesota going to show up? The one where Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins is getting together. The one when Thielen is catching the same amount as Jefferson, and they both, or the ones who get routed, only put up 7, get 2 field goals. Like, they are so unpredictable. And that boy for the Giants, he looked like the spirit of Eli. How about that? It was out there looking like Eli Manning to me.
At one point in the first half, a guy that the Giants wanted, or everybody else wanted to get rid of, their quarterback, Daniel Jones. Everybody wanted to get rid of this guy. When the new head coach comes in, they look like a different, he look like a different totally quarterback right now. But he's also using one thing that he needs to use. He's using his legs. He hit 78 yards in that game against the Minnesota.
In one drive, dog.
Yes, he was the Giant. I mean, I know they got Barkley, but I'm impressed with Jones. And I think now, you have no choice. If the Giants, you got to pay him his money to keep him around.
He up for his money, and Saquon up for his money. They about to get blessed in the NYC, dog.
And I'm gonna say this. And this is the part that y'all remember, that New York Giants team that finished 7-9 and snuck into the playoffs and went on and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
now I'm not saying you already know I picked my team to be in the Super Bowl, but this Giants team has been playing every week. You think it's just the Giants, they ain't gonna do nothing. It's just the Giants, they ain't gonna do nothing. They're in the freaking playoffs and they won the wild card round. So we got to start paying attention because this could be a sneaky upset in the NFC. And then can you imagine if the Giants found their way to the Super Bowl this year, bro? You can't just automatically say, man, Giants ain't gonna make it.
I like what you just said, because I think the one thing the Giants do have, and not just with this team, but the teams we've seen in the past, they have a blueprint.
Absolutely.
They're not a flashy team. They're not. But they have guys that go out and work. They have guys that you probably won't even remember on the offensive side. When you talk about the Super Bowl they won against the Tom Brady undefeated team, who caught the pass? We don't even remember that guy's name right now. You remember Eli?
Helmet?
Plaxico Burris. Or
no, that wasn't him.
No, you remember him shooting himself in the ass. That's what you remember.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you remember.
Oh, you talking about the one that did that?
The helmet catch. Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's the whole point. They have a blueprint of guys that just want to come in and work. They may lose a player here and there through injury, but they never cry about it, and they find a way to win. I'm not a Giants fan, but I like their blueprint. And now they got a head coach. They went through several head coaches to get to this guy. The guy they have right now is a leader. And you can see it on the football field because he turned Daniel Jones into a quarterback. Daniel Jones wasn't like this 2 years ago, or even last season.
Not at all.
He's a different guy right now.
So Lamar Jackson did not play against the Cincinnati Bengals. He's injured. Lamar Jackson didn't come to the game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Lamar Jackson was on his couch chilling. We all know what this is about. 1, injury. 2, it's time to get paid. And if he don't get his contract the way he wants to get his contract, deuces, he out of there. What do y'all think?
Dave, I'll say first, the Bengals did not look like Joe Burrows and the Bengals is got 24-17, dog. And we all know how they got that last touchdown with I guess the Ravens tried to go on the goal line, and then he didn't put the ball all the way over, and somebody clipped the ball, and the defensive end ran it back 100 yards or 101 or whatever he said. So, I expected a proper domination from the Bengals, but the Bengals, and Dave said this before. Why am I quoting Dave this whole damn episode?
Because I'm a genius. I ain't got to say anything. Go ahead, man.
You play down to who you playing if you had that mindset. You know what I'm saying? You come in and you go, they don't have Lamar Jackson. Who is Tyrone Huntley? Let's just get to the next week. And they almost lost that game. Now, Lamar Jackson not being there, I ain't like that. This would have been a great time for him to be sitting next to Huntley, maybe showing him some things that he wasn't able to see with him being on the sideline or even in the booth or whatever, just helping a little bit more. Now, we know Lamar Jackson has made himself. We only talking about Lamar Jackson because he's sweet. Bottom line, dude is the Baltimore Ravens. He's made a culture over there that's special, and he didn't get the money he wanted when the season started. And we thought this would, he would end it, would go into the playoffs, and we all had these hopes for Lamar Jackson. He was riddled with injuries, and first time being injured in the NFL. So, really trying to heal from that. But I thought, and I know the team kind of did him dirty by, he was like, remember he went to the practices before the season started, and he was like, it's all good. By opening day, they need to have my money. They didn't have his money. He kept playing. They barely won a lot of games this year. They wasn't out there. He wasn't giving you the 200 yards rushing and 111 passing like he normally do. And they skeeted by some games, but I think they're going to hit Lamar Jackson with a franchise tag, and he's going to get a lot of a little money.
Yeah, I think I never want to question a guy's injury because that's a sprained knee. And, after that game, some of the guys were talking about Lamar is down with the team.
Yeah.
He's been around the locker room, and he's been limping. So I can't question how this guy feels.
Oh, you saying maybe he ain't want? Maybe he was hurt a little bit and just ain't want to play because
no. I believe he's hurt.
Okay.
I think he's the kind of person that loves football. I think he'll be on the field.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, yes, he wants his money. Now, I think he needs to get better representation. I don't think your mother and father should be helping you right now. I think
you said that before. Is that the rumor that his parents is his agents?
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have an agent.
Yeah, he's his own agent. That's what he's telling everybody. He's gonna negotiate his own contract.
And it's been done before. It's been done before, and it can be done. But you got to have you got to have a type of corporate. You got to know what you're talking about, dog. You can't just be sweet on the field because right now you just a good black athlete. You got to have sense about yourself.
You got to have thick skin because at the end of the day, when you go and negotiate with these guys, they're telling you what you can't do and why they can't do this, and you get in your feelings. That's why you have an agent. Go behind closed doors. You ain't got to hear all that stuff. All you're trying to do is say, get agent, get the money. I think he's truly hurt. They had a shot to win that football game. I don't think he would sit out that football game. People have been saying that. He's a football player. He wants to play. Yeah. You know, he's the leader of that football team. End of the day, Joe Burrow, they kept the game. Baltimore kept the game close. But when you lose 3 offensive linemen the last 3 weeks on the offensive side for Cincinnati, that's going to be the killer for them.
Yeah.
That's going to be a killer. And they got Buffalo next. That's going to be a killer for them. They won this game. But it's also a division game. By that much. That's fine. By that much. But it's a divisional game. They saw this team just a week ago before they got into the playoffs. So I expect what I saw the same way. I mean, these two teams know each other and they don't like each other.
Where are they gonna play? Isn't this supposed to be the game?
It's a neutral site. Have they identified the spot yet?
Not yet. I've been waiting because I've
seen something. I think I've seen something out there. We gotta look that one up. But no, I mean, all of those reasons, all of your points that both of you guys just made is the reason why Cincinnati will lose to Buffalo. Cincinnati is not all the way healthy. I love Joe. I mean, he's not gonna win as many Super Bowls. Right. He's not going to win as many Super Bowls as Tom Brady, but he's the next closest thing to Tom Brady as we have in this league over the next few years or whatever. So they're going to fall short to Buffalo all day long. Speaking of Brady, can we go to Dallas Cowboy Tampa Bay game next?
Hey, let's go, baby. I can't wait.
This is something.
He looked like football Judas,
dog.
Not football Jesus, dog.
Man, as I said, Dak Prescott pretty much shot the bird to all his naysayers, all his haters. Everybody was saying that he ain't what y'all think he is. Now he started off a little shaky. Now his first couple drives was like, okay, but that's nervous. That's nerves. That's normal. But when he locked in, geez, what, 5 touchdowns, 4 in the air, 1 on the ground? And the Cowboys, by far, like, just dominated Tampa Bay on both sides of the field. Tom Brady, like you say, he didn't even look like himself. I don't care. You can't blame him. I mean, he was throwing stuff to space. And, you know, some will say, okay, there was a couple times where his receivers, they wasn't on the same page. He thought they would have hooked in left and they went out right. But that was just unmatched. The whole game, the Cowboys just dominated Tampa Bay.
What'd you think about your? And I was looking up what we was talking about. They said the Bills will host the Bengals at Hyman Stadium in Orchard Park, New York.
They play in Buffalo.
Oh, so they play
in Buffalo.
Oh, it's the AFC Championship that would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay,
got it.
That game, yeah.
What'd you think about your Cowboys? I know you didn't pick them to win. I know me and Rock T was all like, man, the Cowboys, we was in our chat that we got, and we was like, man, the Cowboys out there looking good and right. Hey, man, it's 4 quarters. Never forget Green Bay. Like, you are scarred from losing in the first round, dog.
It's not even just losing in the first round. Did you see Jacksonville this year when the Cowboys played them and had a lead? Did you see Green Bay when the Cowboys had a lead against Green Bay? It's not a playoff. It's just the Cowboys. You don't get happy until you see all the zeros at the end of the game when you know they won a football game.
I don't mean to cut y'all, but did y'all get a little excited and get on the edge of your couch when they got that onside kick and Tom Brady threw that bomb to Evans
then.
off his fingertips? What if he would have caught that?
You know what the most fun of that game was? Looking at the kicker's face who kept missing all them extra points, dog.
We're gonna get to him. We'll get to him in a minute. We'll get to him. We'll get to him. Hold on. I think the biggest part, because Rock said, does this answer the questions about Dak? I don't think so, because I think he played a great game. But I've seen 8 weeks where he turned the ball over for 8 straight weeks. This is the one game. Hold on. This is the one game. He looked great because he didn't turn the ball over. He had 4 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 4 passing, but no turnovers. That is the biggest key. You cannot turn the ball over as a quarterback, and he looked really bad against Washington the week before. We all saw that. That was nasty.
Why won't you give your team the props they deserve, dog?
Which part did you hear me?
Smashed the Buccaneers, dog. They smashed them.
Griff, get the wax out your ear. I said he was great. He was great. That's all. That's it.
Here come your butt. Here go your butt.
What's the butt?
We waiting.
You said a quarterback can't turn over the ball and win games. What do you think Trevor Lawrence did, man? 4 times, man. So that theory don't work no more.
And that's going against who? Against the Chargers. When you're going against the 49ers or whoever else they got coming up, you cannot make those mistakes. You know football. Don't sit up and act like that.
You can't have 4 turnovers.
Jacksonville got lucky. Jacksonville got lucky against the Chargers.
They did. Sometimes it be luck. Sometimes it be luck. Come on, Rock. Don't do that.
That was luck.
I'm not arguing that point.
Hold on. It's just like Minnesota a few weeks ago when they played Indianapolis. They were down 33-0. They were playing a bad football team, and that's how Minnesota came back. When you play a good team or a great team, you won't be able to come back against Philadelphia or against Kansas City. Go down the list.
They was up 33-0, bro. You can't sit up there and say that was a bad team if they jumped out 33-0 on you.
Who wasn't a bad team?
The Colts.
It was a bad team. If Minnesota came back on them, they were a bad team. They didn't score again.
I mean, that's debatable. I would like to see some joy in your face.
What's the debate about?
You can't sit up there and say it's a bad team. Somebody jumped 33 points out on you, man. You can't say it's a bad team.
Did they lose the freaking game? Did they lose the game?
Is the Atlanta Falcons a bad team for losing that Super Bowl?
Yes.
So is the Atlanta Falcons a bad team for losing to Tampa Bay in that Super Bowl?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
No, it's not. They're in the Super Bowl, honey. They're in the Super Bowl.
Oh, have they been bad since?
Yes.
Okay, then you just answer my question.
But you can't. Team. But you can't just sit up there and say, "Man, forget it, dog. I ain't gonna put no energy."
You don't have no joy in his heart. This is how Super Dave expresses happiness with the Cowboys winning a playoff game. They did good.
You guys trying to tell me about no. I'm still gonna be mad. I'm still gonna be angry. I'm still gonna be mad until they get to the promised land. I don't get.
He had so much love for that kicker last night. I would have thought that was his stepbrother. The way he was defending him in the chat. Me and Rock was going on and on. Man, that kicker gonna get fired. Man, that kicker is on suicide watch. Man, and Super Dave was defending that boy. You understand me?
He said, "Listen, man, Maher he's had a great year. He's one of the best kickers in the NFL. Okay,
58 out of 57 out of 60 or 53 out of 57.
90% for the season. 90% for the season.
He's a solid kicker.
9 of 11. 9 of 11 from 50 yards plus. 9 of 11. You don't get rid of a guy like that because he had 3 or 4 extra points missed.
But they won, dog. They won if they lost.
There you go. If they would have lost that game, and you playing for Jerry Jones, I don't care if you was 100 for 100 on extra points. You gone, bro.
You heard what Troy Aikman was like. He gonna be looking for a job next week.
Yeah, so he saved the job by his teammates winning that game.
That's the only reason. He better not miss a field goal in this game coming up this week.
And I wouldn't be surprised
if he snapped out of it. He got 1 extra point late in the game. When they scored that last touchdown, he got the extra point in.
Man, if he missed the first extra point against San Francisco and when they first scored, if he missed that first one, I wouldn't be surprised if they go for 2 the rest of the way or bring in the punter to kick extra points.
That's what I was saying. The punter can kick from that distance. That's not a hard kick for a punter. And I would have never kicked again if I was the coach. But they had a nice rhythm, like Dave was saying in the chat as well.
All right, let's get it, baby. Second round of the playoffs. Start off with Jacksonville versus Kansas City. Do we even need to discuss this one in detail?
No, Kansas City. Move on.
Is this a slam dunk?
Yes.
This is the alley-oop. Jacksonville looked like the Washington Generals, dog, and all season against the Harlem Globetrotters. They're gonna.
Let's say this, Griff. If they go down 27-7 at the half against the Kansas City Chiefs, are they coming back on the Kansas City Chiefs?
Oh no, it's gonna get worse, dog.
Okay, because why? Because Kansas City is what? A great team. Thank you. Thank you for saying it. I was right. Thank you. Move on.
They're gonna have a whole Super Dave on their back in that second half, dog.
I'm gonna call my bold sports genius prediction right now. Giants gonna beat Philly. I said it. Giants gonna beat Philly, dog. I said it.
Dave,
okay, he's the only one saying
I'm dropping the mic. Yes, sir.
I tell you what. It ain't good. It ain't good when you ain't played in 2 weeks, and them boys is that boy from Duke. That's all I'm gonna say. That boy from Duke out, and they hate each other, dog. They hate each other. But it's in Philadelphia. I'm going to just say Philadelphia will win this game, but it won't be how they thought it was on paper.
I think the hardest part is Philadelphia blew them out the first time they played them. That's when everybody was healthy for both teams. Second time they played the last game of the season, Giants they played nobody as far as starters on that team. So Philadelphia, they even had that game close, but Philadelphia pulled that one out in the end. Philadelphia they would have had the game won the first half. I think this game is interesting because it's a toss-up. It's an NFC East game.
You hate both of these teams. I
hate them both, but I'm saying it's a toss-up because look, you have 3 NFC East teams in a divisional playoff, and 2 of them play each other, and 2 might play each other if the Cowboys beat the 49ers.
That's real.
I think it's real interesting, but I can't go against Philly because I think Philly has a little bit more than what the Giants have right now as far as being healthy.
Do you understand how hard it is to beat a team 3 times in the same season, bro? It's not gonna happen.
I don't count that last one. That was a toss-up game. The Giants played nobody.
It ain't gonna happen.
Giants had nobody out there.
It ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
You got them smashing the Eagles, dog, or you got them the same way. You got them 24-21 in the Eagles.
It's gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna be a dogfight. But I just something about them doggone Giants. They're gonna come alive, man. I just got a crazy feeling about it.
I got Philadelphia 28-14 over the Giants.
I don't think it's gonna be that. I'm with Rock as far as it being close, but I don't think Philly would get. I hope not. I just seen we've been watching football for decades, the 3 of us. You add it up, it's probably well over 100 years of watching football.
Look at all that gray in your beard. Yeah, it's been 100 years. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, if Rock T had one man hair on his face, instead of looking like everybody's nephew, he older than me. Rock older than me. Looking like he's 14.
I'm in my prime, baby. I'm in my prime, baby. I'm in my prime, baby.
How old are you, Rock? How old are you?
I'm 50.
Oh, you're not older than me. All right.
Oh, yeah, youngster, man. How old are you, Griff?
I'll be 52 in September.
How old are you, you Super Day?
Now you look real old, Griff. Shit, I thought you was like 70.
How old are you, Super Day?
53.
Well, he got that Benjamin Button disease, so they stopped counting. They stopped counting when he was 39 at 7 months old.
He said Benjamin Button.
I hate you.
How old are you, dog?
53.
He the oldest.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know. It's the kids. I don't know what it is.
Hey, man.
I've been when I was 28, dog, I had these little gray hairs right here. That's it. And then it just went. I just been I've been salt and pepper for a long time.
Rock,
There
he's
it
like
is.
a fake ass Levy. He's like a fake ass Levy Smith.
I'm Lovey Smith with a job, dog.
You do got that lovey going on a little bit.
Anyway, my point was we've all watched teams that had that 2-week break, man, come back and not look how they looked before that 2-week break. And the Giants, the momentum that they have and the hate, it's going to be an emotional game. Whenever I play the Broncos online, I have to calm myself down in Madden because I'm like, I hate them so much, but this is just somebody who playing with the Broncos. I have to remind myself it's an emotional game. I hate their colors. I need to respect their players, but I hate their colors and their stadium and their fans so much. And I think that's this game's gonna be fun because they hate each other, dog.
I love
got
it.
The Eagles.
What we got a score?
35-28, Philadelphia.
Okay.
All right, let's go to the game of the week. Dallas
Sunday game. Sunday,
at
baby.
San Francisco. It's going to be the game of the week. Now, two teams that can't stand each other. You know what I'm saying? This takes me back to the Steve Young, Aikman days and
Deion Sanders.
Yeah, Jerry Rice. It's like, come on.
Terrell Owens.
Go back even further. Go Dwight Clark.
Yes.
I was about to say Roger Craig.
The catch. Oh, my God, it hurts. It still hurts, man.
Hey, man, I love what Dak and the Cowboys just did with Tom Brady, but I don't see it happening with San Francisco, man. What? So I'm going with the 49ers.
And you know what? I appreciate your sports genius prediction. I believe the Cowboys understand what the world thinks of them. I think they understand what their fan base thinks of them even more. They know they can't lose this game. They can't lose this game, or a whole bunch of people gonna be displaced over the weekend. I got the Cowboys winning the game and that defense looking incredible against that little boy Purdy.
Okay, hot sports opinion.
And now from the Cowboy fan himself.
I didn't see that one coming. I like the way we talked about the history of the Cowboys and the 49ers. I mean, I thought the 90s were the greatest because it was between two teams. If those two teams play each other, the Cowboys and 49ers, that's who's going to win the Super Bowl. It didn't matter. And the 49ers had to get Deion Sanders and bring him in to finally beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys reversed it and took Deion Sanders from the 49ers and won a championship over them. The bottom line is they have history. The Dwight Clark catch over Everson Walls. That's sort of the trend for the 49ers to improve and the Cowboys to go down. That was the downfall of the Cowboys back in the 80s. Oh, my God.
I was about to say, it really was the late 80s because then that was the switch. And then it became the 49ers went on a dynasty run.
Mm-hmm.
I like what the 49ers have done. They've won 11 straight. During the 11 games winning streak, I hate to be the one to say who have they beaten. I think the only one team that they probably beat that during the 11-game streak that's noteworthy is the Miami Dolphins. They've had some stinker games where they played. I mean, they barely got by the Raiders a few weeks ago. I like what they have on offense with Debo, McCaffrey. I think having a third-string guy come in and play the way he's playing right now is big. Well, go ahead and put your hand. You got your hand up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Rock. Did you just say out of an 11-game winning streak, they only played one team that was worth mentioning, that was worthy?
Hey, man.
Are you saying that the whole NFL sucks? I mean, how do you win?
He said they barely beat the Raiders. That's what he's saying.
I mean, I think I said it cleanly enough for you to listen. I mean, it was right there for you. They had 11 games.
Who got in the game,
The
dog?
only team that I feel like that was worthy of them beating was the Miami Dolphins. That's it.
Man, Pick your doggone
11
winner, man.
game winning streak. Look at the damn schedule. Don't just take
Pick
my
your winner,
word.
dog.
Who you
Pick
got?
pick your winner, dog.
Look at my damn schedule. Look at the schedule.
Who winning the game, man?
I ain't giving you the information. I saved mine.
You sound dumb as hell, dog. If you don't tell us the team you want to pick, fool, I'ma save mine.
Man, what kind of bull crap is that, man?
Right. You the old man for real. Did you just
Right.
get dementia in the middle of the show, dog?
Shut up, get off my lawn. Shut up and get off my lawn.
He the one that take the football and leave and go home and leave all the other kids out there in the.
Oh, you already know. And they stay because they think you're gonna come back. But
Right.
I want to be bold like Griff and say the Cowboys. I think if the Cowboys play the way they did against Tampa Bay, but again, Tampa Bay, not a great team. They all
live in the past, die in the past, Dave. Who you got in this game?
Yeah, quit all that bull crap and say your pick, man.
And my whole thing is when I look at the Cowboys, if they can play that same way, like I'm really listening to y'all. Yeah, what y'all doing? Y'all gonna listen to me. Y'all gonna listen to what I'm saying.
Y'all
right
gonna listen to me. Y'all gonna listen to me. Y'all gonna listen to
on this
me.
table.
Y'all gonna listen to me.
You already standing on the table. Get off the furniture before the kids come home and make a decision.
I'm going with the Cowboys.
Hey, the
Go
smart
with the Cowboys.
What?
His team.
He finally picked his team.
I'm going with the Cowboys. I'm confident. I really feel they can pull this one out. It's going to be tough because 49ers are physical. They're a physical team, and they're going to play Dallas to the very end. But I think the Cowboys play the same way they did against Tampa. The Bucks, I think they had a chance to win. I got them winning.
The weather is going to be great. It's not going to be raining or nothing. That's going to be perfect football weather. And we'll see. And that's also an emotional game. You went all the way back to the 80s. Both teams have to calm down. But I believe that defense, if I'm a Cowboy defensive coach, I'm going to say this is a little boy. This is a little boy who they keep. He's so Mr. Irrelevant. Let's make him irrelevant then. Like,
I agree. But they got a running game. And that's the Cowboys' weakness is a running game.
I don't care what you say about Mr.
running backs coming out that backfield, Jack.
He's saying Tom Brady throwing it 66 times because you have no running game. They have a running game. They got Debo and they got McCaffrey. That's going to be a difference. But I still got the Cowboys coming out on top.
There it is. We about to find out, baby. All right.
One last game.
That's
Spirit of Damar.
We got Cincinnati game. We got the Cincinnati game. Got to make that.
Yeah, I already told you Buffalo, man. I mean, y'all can discuss that. Buffalo gonna win that game, bro.
We got all the picks.
Hold on. I'm picking Cincinnati, dog, to upset the world, dog.
Why?
Because Buffalo might be treating them like it's just Cincinnati, and DeMar, like Dave said in the beginning of this episode, it got to end. Your boy is healthy, probably gonna be at the game, sitting next to the owner. It ends. I believe it ends. It was an incredible run, but I think the Bills are gonna fall apart, dog. That for some reason, I just feel like they're gonna fall apart, dog. Cincinnati is not an amazing team, but they're not sorry. And I really like the underdogs my whole life, dog. And I just feel like the Bengals, not so much picking Jacksonville over the Chiefs, but I like the Bengals over Buffalo.
You've been hanging around Super Dave too long. How you gonna sit up there and say Cincinnati is an underdog? Wasn't they in the Super Bowl last year and Buffalo wasn't? So who's the underdog?
They're gonna, Cincinnati the underdog.
Who has everybody picked this year? Who has everybody picked from day one? Tell me.
I know I picked Buffalo. I can't speak with everybody
No,
else.
The whole world did.
I'm telling you, everybody's picked Buffalo. So yeah, Cincinnati's the underdog.
Who you picking? Who you picking?
I'm
Big
going
Eyes.
with Cincinnati.
Okay. Now I'm really mad. You the main one that all season long been talking about Cincinnati's not good anymore. That was a fluke last year. Cincinnati ain't good anymore. You've been saying that the whole season, bro. So why you gonna jump on the bandwagon now?
Cincinnati, no. I said
yes, you have.
No, I said Cincinnati been on the roll. I've said that.
Man, you said that Cincinnati is not.
How you gonna bully him out of his pick if he want to pick damn Cincinnati?
Because he the main one that be always talking about when people jump on a certain bandwagon because they're playing well. And look what he's doing.
I'm
Get
just
out of
glad
here.
he jumped on his own team bandwagon. Leave him alone. You bully.
Get out of here with that, man.
Cincinnati wins the game. Simple as that.
All right.
Buffalo High will be going low on Sunday. It's over.
All right, before we get into this, yay or nay, homie, check this out.
All right, it's time for that yay or nay, man. We just we throw some topics out there. We discuss them real briefly, and we tell you if we agree with it or disagree with it. Starting off with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Scottie Pippen sitting down talking about fear. You know what I'm saying? And during the panel discussion, Mayweather remembered Michael Jordan, of course, and saying Michael Jordan wouldn't have won all of those rings if it wasn't for Scottie Pippen. I'll be the first to say if I agree. That's a nay. No, I take that back. That's a yay. It's a yay and nay.
Make the damn call. Make the damn
And
call,
then he
man.
disappeared. And then he disappeared. Like it's stupid decision.
Hold on, there we go.
It's either a yay or nay. Would Michael Jordan have won all those championships without Scottie Pippen? Possibly. But
He would have won. He probably wouldn't have won 6 because he probably would have won 4 because listen, Scottie Pippen is
Scottie
listen, dog. Hey, if Michael Jordan wasn't on that team, do you think Chicago would win a championship? Let's ask that question. Let's reverse it.
No.
Simple.
I think we all agree on that.
No.
Scottie Pippen was the best wingman in the history of the NBA, and we all know. And Michael Jordan loved having a Scottie Pippen. He was a dog. He could score, and he always had Jordan's back for sure. He was one of those players Jordan didn't have to yell at practice or during the game. He knew the game. Scottie Pippen has a very high NBA IQ, and I believe Jordan would not have won that many games without Scottie Pippen.
Yep.
I think the best way of saying it, when Michael Jordan went to baseball, did Scottie Pippen win a championship without Jordan?
Right. Sure didn't. Didn't.
Simple as that.
Same team. Hey, same
like
team.
Same team, dog.
I like I like Scottie Pippen, but just shut up on this and just move on. I mean, who cares? You won 6 damn titles.
Right.
Jordan respects you. You don't respect Jordan anymore. So move on. You still hating on
that part is true. Now that part is true.
Even my dogs are saying that Scottie Pippen wouldn't have won.
He didn't want to go back in the game because Kukoc was taking the last shot. You remember that?
Kukoc, come on with the Tony Kukoc.
Let's not go. He was cold, but let's not get ridiculously ridiculous. Scottie Pippen is still one of the coldest of all time. Come on, dog.
Yeah,
Top 50 of all time, easy.
I said that's fine, but did he win a championship without Jordan when Jordan went to baseball?
Nope. Next.
So we honored Dr. Martin Luther King on this past Monday. Now,
indeed.
wait, Griff. A statue honoring Martin Luther King Jr. and his wife, Coretta Scott King, was unveiled this week. Not everyone is feeling this tribute. Now, I don't know if y'all saw the statue and what did y'all think of the statue, but is this a yay or nay? Did you like the statue? Yay or nay?
I will say this. Boston is one of the most notorious racist cities in the Union, in the whole Union. So to put a Martin Luther King statue that's 40 foot by 30 something in the middle of downtown, good. That's number one. Now, what the hell is it? Who knows? They need to never take drone shots again because you got one that look like this. You got one that look like this. You got one that I need to go to Boston, take a picture next to it because in scale, you can see the people are way smaller than this thing. But I think the angles they took, it looks bad. It could be a whole bunch of things. Depending on how you look at it. But what it is a big black monument in the middle of Boston. So yay.
So you got yay?
I mean, I gotta say,
check your
even
text
though
I just sent y'all a picture. Check your text too, right?
Yeah, even though I'm saying even though I've got thumbs down to the design of it, I gotta say yay because who it's representing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main reason.
You stupid dog.
Yeah, dog.
And
Yeah,
this
man.
angle right here, dog, I
Yeah.
hate this one, dog. I absolutely shiver every time I see this one, dog.
Dog.
Now,
It's
I say nay. I go nay. I don't like it, man. And now
This-
they send out these pictures of Ving Rhames and him hugging Tyrese and baby
It's
boy.
baby boy.
That's all I see now.
I saw some entanglements. I saw too much, dog. I would like to insert right here. Mine's playing tricks on me by the Ghetto Boys.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
We
gonna say
love-
nay
That
just because it's in Boston.
We love.
Wait a
Dr.
minute, wait a
Martin
minute,
Luther
wait a
King.
minute. Last one, yay or nay?
What's that?
And then let me make sure I'm reading it right. The husband of a Tennessee cop who's in the middle of this sex scandal is sticking by his wife, pun intended. At least 5 Tennessee police officers and a female officer are out of jobs following allegations that the 5 male officers had sex with the female officer, both on and off the job. 3 more have been suspended without pay, probably because they were higher ups. The husband of the female officer at the center of the scandal vows to save his marriage. This is all I want to say. Way to get your Hillary on, dog. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what I want my wife to do. You better be a whole Hillary Clinton. No matter what, anything happened to me, I want you right there. And if now, can that man go home? Do his cousins hate him? Is his daddy talking crazy to him? Your wife is the thought of all thoughts, dog. And yeah, she got a badge and everything, but your wife is super duper nasty. That's my wife. I'm staying with her, and that way to get your Hillary on, homie. So I'm going yay, but nay for being one of the nastiest chicks in the whole police world.
Rock, would you stay with her? Would you stay with your wife?
Everybody knows how
it's
I
a
feel.
bad hypothetical, right? It's a bad hypothetical.
Everybody knows how I feel about my baby. Everybody knows how I feel about my Crystal. But if my Crystal is running a train on the entire police precinct, we got a problem. I'm like, we got a problem. I'm like,
if she slept with all them police officers,
man,
you
come
slept
on,
with all
man.
them police officers, Rod.
What kind of exactly, man? What and said, now they pulling me over. Now I gotta look at them in their face, give me a ticket, and they slept with my what? Nah, man. I gonna be able to do it, dog.
You remember what Kevin Garnett told who was it, Carmelo Anthony, about his wife tasting? She tasted like something. I forgot what he said. And
oh man,
you don't remember that?
He was talking
I
about
don't think I remember
Lala.
You talking about Lala? Yes.
Oh no,
They were
I
on the
don't
basketball court, and Carmelo tried to kill Kevin.
Oh yeah, he was. Oh yeah, he got his go. Yeah, he got his go. I remember.
Yeah. And that's what I'll be thinking. So if I see anybody out there, I'm thinking he slept with her, he slept with her, he slept with her. I can't stay with her, man. I can't.
Listen, the only reason you
We're
stay
saying
with your
5.
wife is if you a hoe too. So now y'all going, hey man, you got to get better PR because I was out here not. Wait a minute. What you say, Mom? She said Madonna and Dennis Rodman. How about that? That's
close it up. There it is, man. On that note, man, we wrapping up this week's episode of I Hate the Homies. Don't forget to download, subscribe, continue the 5-star reviews. Rock Teasy is who I beezy.
man, it's your boy Griff, and my wife will never be a law enforcement agent, and I hate the homie.
And this is your boy Super Dave. I do have a wife, but she's not in law enforcement. Why everybody
I got
pause?
this thing that closed on my camera. It just go like that. It just,
But guess what?
we don't
don't
care.
care. Deuces.
I hate the homies.